Hello and welcome to another video with Leah. Today I'm going to be going over periodic trends. So I'm going to be going over transverse size, electronegativity, ionization energy, etc. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment down below. First we have effective nuclear charge, and this is going to be the net charge from the positive nucleus and the repulsion from the other electrons. So that particular electron can feel attraction and repulsion. Okay, and this trend is going to increase as we go across the periodic table. So elements to the right are going to have a higher effective nuclear charge than the ones on the left. And effective nuclear charge might be symbolized by ZEFF or Z star. In regards to this effective nuclear charge, you might have heard something about the shielding effect. And this is talking about how the outermost electrons, the valence electrons, will not tend to feel the full positive charge from the nucleus because there are the core electrons that are between the electrons in the outermost shell and the nucleus. So they're kind of blocking or shielding the positive charge from totally affecting the outermost electrons. Next we have atomic radius, and this is just talking about the size trend. And for the size trend, we're basically talking about the size of different elements. And this is going to decrease as we go to the right and also decrease as we go up. And you could also say that as you go down and to the left, you're going to increase in size. And atomic radius is affected by the effective nuclear charge. So that means that as the effective nuclear charge gets stronger, the outermost electrons are more attracted to the nucleus, which makes the size smaller, and vice versa. So the less attraction to the nucleus, so the less effective nuclear charge, then you're going to have larger elements. And next we have electronegativity. This is talking about an atom's ability to pull electrons towards itself, to attract those electrons towards itself. And we see with this trend that as we go to the right and as we go up, electronegativity will increase. Going to the right, electronegativity will increase because your effective nuclear charge is increasing. So the attraction to the nucleus is stronger. Next we have ionization energy, and this is the energy needed in order to take electrons away from an atom. Okay, and this is normally in the gaseous state. And we can talk about the first ionization energy, which is just talking about how much energy is needed to pull away the first electron. And you can also talk about second ionization energy, which is talking about the energy needed to pull away the second electron. And for this trend, you will see that ionization energy will increase as you go up and increase as you go to the right. And ionization energy, or the process to pull away an electron, is going to be endothermic, which tells us that the process is going to require energy. You're going to have to use some energy in order to achieve this, in order to take away that electron. And next we have electron affinity, which is also called electron attachment enthalpy. And this is talking about the energy change that happens when you put an electron into an atom. Okay, so you are going to add an electron, and this process is going to be exothermic, meaning that you have a loss of energy, a release of energy. And this trend is going to generally increase towards the right and increase as you go up. Now you should be aware for electron affinity, there might be some exceptions, but the general trend is as you go up and as you go to the right, you increase. So elements that are up and towards the right are going to have a higher electron affinity. They're going to release more energy than if you put an electron towards an element that's over here. As you might have noticed, normally when we drew these trends, as we went to the right and as we went up, we saw an increase in that characteristic, except for size. So size was the one that as you went up and as you went to the right, it would decrease. But for the rest of them, as you went to the right and up, you would increase in that characteristic. So that's a little tip for when you're trying to remember these characteristics and their trends.